What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound. So come by, say hello. We do giveaways every stream, and we do giveaways every week here on the channel. All you got to do is leave your in-game username in the comments, and I pick out my favorite ones every week on the weekly Q&A videos and send you some DEC in the game. All right, so the title of this video is going to be RIP Kron, right? Because just looking, now that I've had a chance to digest some of these abilities, just looking across the board, it feels like the game really rebalanced itself and targeted Kron. I mean, it targeted some other folks too, and the three abilities that I want to cover, let's go ahead and dive right in. But the three abilities that I want to cover are Force Field, Giant Killer, and Death Blow. Right. And so let's do a little bit of a deep dive into those three abilities. And, you know, I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing. I think Kron was very overpowered in some ways, but it's just interesting to see how powerful or how powerful some of these other monsters are to be able to take him down. So the first time we saw Force Field actually wasn't in the Chaos Legion set. It was in the Chaos Legion reward, so it's been out for a while. You could have had it with Jin O'Shaughnessy, but what Force Field does is that it reduces any monster's attack, which is 5 and above. So when Kron is on last stand, he is 5 and above. Excuse me. And reduces it down to 1, right? So Force Field in and of itself, because I'm trying to think of what other monsters have 5 damage and are that powerful. I mean, Sandworm is one, so you know that's one that comes to mind, and I'm sure there are others, but Kron immediately as soon as Force Field was introduced, especially with O'Shaughnessy, who had Force Field and Void, was dubbed the Kron Killer. Now there's a bunch more Kron Killers, so let's go ahead, and I believe it's Zyvax Vul who has 2 of these abilities, and I think will make him quite powerful. So he has Death Blow. Oh, he doesn't have Giant Killer. Sorry. He has Death Blow. Now, we have seen Death Blow because Death Blow was available with the Gargoyle Devil Chaos Legion Rewards card. And what this does is this monster does 2 times the damage if their target is the only monster left on the enemy team, a la Kron's Last Stand, right? Kron the Undying is now, I don't know. He might be dying. So I'm trying to figure out where is the last one that I wanted to share. Oh, Legionnaire. Maybe this guy. No. Yes. Okay. So Legionnaire to me is an absolute beast for this. He's got Void armor, right? Which isn't, you know, it's not the same as Force Field and it's not the same as Void. So if he's fighting Kron Last Stand, Kron is going to attack him for 5. It's just going to hit his armor first, of which he has 9, right? So if he was up against Kron, like let's say it's a 1-on-1, him versus Kron Last Stand, Kron would take, what is this, 19, so this will be 2 hits, 2 turns for that, and 2 turns. So it would take 4 turns to kill Legionnaire Alvar. Whereas, if it is Last Stand, right, then at a level 4 with a damage of 3, Legionnaire Alvar has both of these abilities, which would mean that he does 2x if the target is the only monster left on the enemy team. So this would be 3. And then does double the damage against targets that cost 10 or more mana. So I believe if I'm doing the math right, it should be 12, right? Because I don't know, and maybe we'll have to get some clarification on this. My initial assumption is it's 12 damage rather than 9, right? Because I don't know if it's just like, hey, this is 3 damage, so this does ×2, and then this does ×2, and we add it all together. It could just be 9 damage, of which Kron would have a health of 18 and only be able to heal 6. But still, if you're able to do 12, and of course, you know, Legionnaire Alvar is hopefully not the only monster left on your team, that'd be something, you know, that'd be something else. But this card is going to be fascinating at the higher levels. I mean, as it is, Death Blow, I think, could be quite powerful, and you get that at level 2. Sorry, not Death Blow. Giant Killer could be quite powerful. But what's interesting to see is, you know, there was a lot of rebalancing because within Chaos Legion, there are not that many 10 mana cards. I believe it's only Chaos Dragon, and I thought there was one more. Maybe it's just Chaos Dragon. Is there an epic card that costs that much mana? Huh. No, only one. Chaos Dragon it is. And nope. Okay. So whereas if you go to Untamed all of a sudden, the legendary monsters you get here, and let's just focus on not summoners, but monsters. I believe each of the splinters got a 10 mana monster. Magnor for fire, Phantom of the Abyss, Kron the Undying, High Priest Darius, Dark Hound, and Diamond Dragon. Oh, and I forgot, can't forget about the neutrals. Cornelius is one as well. So there were 7 in here. And then if you go to Dice, the legendary monsters in Dice, there were 5. Oh, actually, Poseidon just barely misses the cut. That's actually great for Poseidon. But Caladium, Oaken Behemoth, Cthulhu, and Krallis. So, Giant Killer is not only going to be for Kron, but Deathblow with Giant Killer definitely is. With Force Field definitely is. So, we've talked about Oceanus being the Kron killer, at least, part of the rebalancing, but it looks like there are some other monsters now that will have that kind of ability. Was it Ifrit Rising that had? So Ifrit Rising has Force Field. That could come in very handy against Kron if he is your tank, because then he's only taking 1 damage per turn. And then every other turn he's able to do 9 damage. I'm trying to see here. Let's just look at fire specifically. And then I don't know if Jin Inferni. Yeah, Jin Inferni has stun and death blow. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Giant Killer. I keep getting confused with these. So stun and Giant Killer. So, there's some interesting combinations of cards you could put here to take on Kron, Last Stand or not. With water, we already have Force Field for Jin Oceanus. So I think that is quite powerful. This guy, though, I really like him as a tank. I mean, this isn't necessarily anti-Kron. It's just anti-everything. But you do get Void and a self-healing tank in this, and that's phenomenal. I don't know if there was anyone else for water. For Earth, well, Earth, you're already going to be playing with Kron, but there's got to be someone here. Let's check out. So we got the Fungus Fiend. What does he do? Oh, that's just slow. Hunter Jarks. Interesting. Okay. So I would say this is probably your best bet. He's an epic as well, but double strike with 4 damage per turn. Granted, he's not really protected against Kron, but I just like this card a lot for the fact that it's double strike with trample. That's very scary. And stun. This monster could be running all over the place. Oh, here is your other 10 mana monster. I'm sorry. So this one and the dragon, Chaos Dragon. And then for life, did we get any protection? No, not her. Recharge. Okay. Well, life already has a lot of healing. Oh, here's your force field with life. Interesting. Because, this is fascinating. Here is somebody who's good both against Kron and just magic in general. But you got force field and silence within this card. Now, the only thing with this is that this card would then have to be in the first position where Kron is attacking it, meaning that unless it is a game where range can attack from the front, it would essentially just be a wall, an somewhat impenetrable wall that Kron would have to break through one by one in terms of health. And then Jin Marat, I really like this guy here. So he does have Void Armor as well as Magic Reflect, Force Field, and Giant Killer. So yeah, there's your Death Kron Killer right there, Kron Rebalance. Really like that one. We already talked about Legionnaire Alvar. I'm just going to check the dragons real quick. Void Dragon would probably be the best bet. So, Void and Phase are both good. The thing is, you'd have to have somebody healing him because he doesn't actually have that high of a health. So he would be taking 3 damage per turn. Very interesting, though. Man, I'm so excited to play with these cards. I mean, I won't be able to play with all of them right away. We'll see what we get in packs and what we can rent initially, and then start buying. But there's going to be so much meta changes. All right, so that's all I have for you guys in this video. I just wanted to take a moment to say R.I.P. Kron. You had a great run. You really had a great run from Untamed onwards. But you know, I don't know. I think it ends here. I think there will still be situations where Kron will absolutely dominate, especially in bronze and lower silver, where people may not have access to these monsters with these abilities. But as you get more and more, I mean, someone like Oceanus, I believe, has force field. I guess force field level 3, which would be gold. So yeah, Kron was a good run. You'll still be able to dominate the lower leagues, but when it comes to the big leagues, you have some competition. Welcome to the NBA. All right, guys, I will catch you guys later. Have an awesome rest of your day. Make sure you light a candle for Kron out there, and I will see you around the game.